Hello everybody, this is Zagamon. Welcome back to the channel where we are broadcasting updates to the mod Rokugan Total Clan War, a total conversion mod to Medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms. Today we are showing off the starting lineup of the Scorpion Clan. See you on the battlefield. Here we are. The Scorpion will be fighting in a stormy day. Scorpion were well, I'm not really entirely sure that I'm happy with what I've done with them right now. They mostly fight with light armor and prefer, being much more agile. They do have some units that are basically battlefield assassins. I know some of you are rightfully going to tell me that the Scorpion don't actually do that. I know. No. Didn't really have a whole lot to work with, and it's not like I was going to be able to use these units in any other way. They had plenty of schools that really are like shinobi or assassin schools. And really, I couldn't think of another way to put them to good use. Just making them a simple unit on the campaign map would be a real waste. So I made them good support units, which are not meant to be frontline toe-to-toe warriors. They are very good at turning a tide of a battle, but are not meant to join the ranks at the front lines. Well, you'll see how I use them later. Anyway, so let's get started. So this army is going to have your typical contingent of Ashigaru and generic samurai warriors, katana samurai, and I have some Yari samurai somewhere here too. No. I know they're here. Yeah. They're there. Yari samurai. Along with your typical contingent of samurai cavalry up in the hill here. Now, so the urban warriors of the Scorpion Clan were called the Thunder Guard, and the Thunder Guard, they were supposed to protect Ryoko Owaritoshi. They were divided into three groups. The low-ranking members are called the Kaisatsukan. They are known for carrying a naginata and having a red plume on the helmet. These guys are pretty good in a defensive role. Really good at, especially in urban areas. They have good battlefield use. Whenever I tested a battle against the Scorpion, it was the Kaisatsukan who are pretty tough. But they cannot win the battle for you. Their armor is light, although it can be upgraded. But their morale is not exactly the best. Remember, these guys are corrupt, and much of the Thunder Guard, including these guys, would rather not do their jobs. The next rank up is the Samurai Squad. So I just called these guys the Thunder Guard Samurai. I made them hybrid archers. I don't remember if that was a creative decision or if that's in the canon. I honestly don't remember. So, hybrid archers, they use their bow and then pull out a large sickle. It's basically like a kama, like the mantis have, but it's much bigger. It's supposed to be a kusarigama, which is a kama attached to a long chain, but I don't really know how to make chain weapons, especially for their animations in this. If anyone feels that they could try to make a good animation for a chain weapon, you are very welcome to give it a try. Just send an email to me at L5R totalwar@gmail.com, and I'll give you the Dropbox link to the mod. Ugh, stuttering. If you do not want to try to add an animation and just want to play it, that's fine too. Alright, the highest ranking unit of the Thunder Guard is the Lightning Squad. They are, in the canon, a cavalry unit. They are the bravest and most well-trained, and the least corrupted. I made them a fast, lightly armored cavalry unit, good for charging an enemy formation and then riding back before they can retaliate. Alright, now for the... let's get these assassin units out of the way, these ninja units out of the way. So the first one, the most basic one, is called the Shadow Blades. The Shadow Blades carry a sword on their back, a knife in their left hand for protection, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, it's just too small, a shuriken in the right hand. Their tactics are like, well, they mimic the tactics of Roman legionnaires. They stand up, throw their shurikens, and then charge. You know, versus throwing a pilum and then charging. So after they throw their ninja stars, they pull out their blades and charge in. They're really good in melee. Now, the Scorpion Claws. Notice the weapons they're holding. These are sai, typically peasant weapons, but it is the favorite unit of the Scorpion Claws. They do not have any throwing weapons, but I gave their damage rating to be very high. My rationale behind that is that they are poisoned. So they can get past armor and even have a bonus to horses. Their poison is that deadly that it can even affect horses. They are good in melee, but a charge against them would be very fatal for the claws. The last one are the saboteurs. They hold a bomb in their hand. They stand up, throw the bomb, and just throw bombs. Basically, they can destroy an entire unit in one pitch. Their melee is not that good. They just pull out a knife and, well, hope for the best. I mean, they're still pretty good in melee, but not as good as their counterparts. You should only have them charge into melee as a last resort. So, these units are very effective, but they're not meant to be the rank and file of the Scorpion army. They can win battles for you, but they're not going to do most of the fighting. Unfair advantage. Yeah, that's what they're meant to be. All right. Now here is the rank and file elite forces of the Scorpion. The Weapon Masters. The Weapon Masters are, well, the school is that they can use any skill to use any weapon. A sword skill to use a heavy weapon skill. I decided to use this to make them a charge unit using a heavy axe. Yeah, the axe is vanilla from Varangian Guard, I think. I really wish that black and white didn't pixelate like this. It's very distracting. Good charge, but lightly armored and only do so-so in melee. Next is... there they are. The Bitter Lies Swordsman. They're really just katana samurai. But the Bitter Lies school teaches samurai to be extremely lucky. So, well, how am I supposed to put in stats for samurai who are super lucky? I made their charge insanely good, and I gave them armor-piercing ability. They're so lucky, wherever they swing, they can find a weak spot in armor. They give a good shout in the cannon, prepare to face the sword of bitter lies, and that frightens the enemy. So I gave them a fear effect as well. Alright. Here they are, okay. Now, here is your elite guard unit that every clan has. Now these guys function like Naginata samurai, but they have a little bit more aggressive bonus, unlike the Shiba elite guard, which is really meant to be defensive. Symbol on the chest, the Bayushi banner on their backs. And that's really it for now. More might come later, but for now that is the starting lineup for the Scorpion Clan. Now, let's get to the battle. Alright, so the Scorpion are going to be facing off against the Phoenix, whom I demonstrated in my last showcase. This is quite a mess, because the Phoenix are going to have 2 magic units, 1 earth, 1 fire. And if you remember my last showcase, then you know how deadly these 2 groups can be. How deadly 1 group can be, never mind 2. So, you really have to use your head, think of tactics to counter these units. I laid my best forces up here in the trees to hide, including my cavalry units. Kept my ninja units away from the front lines. The saboteurs here. The shadow blades, the claws here, lying in wait. I was able to hide Yari Samurai here. If an opportunity presents itself, I move these units up. The Yari Samurai are to save the assassins, the ninjas, from any cavalry. My basic units, the Yari Yashigaru and the Kaisatsu-kan is hiding as well. The Yari Yashigaru are standing out in the open. Force the enemy Shugenja to only see them and concentrate attacks on them. I have my archers as well, because archers are not very good for hiding. If they're hiding, then they're not being useful. So they're just going to have to stand out here and take the heat. My general back here. This uneven terrain will help shield my general from enemy magic. Alright, so here it goes. This is going to be bloody. But you're going to learn how deadly Phoenix magic can really be, and how the right tactic used against them can really neutralize their ability. And once the Phoenix lose their magic, they're in huge trouble. By the way, I added another unit to the Phoenix clan. This is the Sapphire Legion. They are essentially just a pike unit, wearing Phoenix colors and crane armor. This unit was created to show off the friendship between the Phoenix and the crane. So they wear crane armor and use crane tactics. That's it. That's all I can say. In the canon right now, they've been renamed the Provincial Guard, but this is years back while they still went by the name Sapphire Legion. Alright, enough talk. You guys are getting bored, so here they come. Magic, trying to get in place here. Order of Chikai, trying to position themselves in a good spot. Archers moving up front. Shikaru. Well, Flame Legionnaires coming. The Earth Shugenja also coming up. Now, the Phoenix AI already made its first mistake. They let the Fire Shugenja get up a lot. They get up really close. I order my Lightning Squad to move in for the kill. Well, notice where it says shaken here, they haven't even been hit by an enemy and they're already starting to panic. That's how poor Shugenja morale is. And that's it for them. The fire Shugenja, meaning the earth Shugenja, however, are already doing their magic. See? Unfortunately, enemy archers are also coming up, so I order my lightning squad against them. Unfortunately, my lightning squad gets caught up between the enemy general and the Heaven's Wing initiates. The Order of Chikai starts moving up here. So get whatever polearm I can to catch them. These Kaisatsukan don't quite make it. Enemy samurai cavalry got up the hill. My Bayushi saboteurs threw some bombs. Probably caught some Ashigaru in the friendly fire. But it made the cavalry panic and run away. Order Chikai charges against my Bayushi elite guard, which was very stupid. Order of Chikai is pretty much finished, but the Earth Shugenja are still working out their magic. Right now they're pretty open, so I have samurai cavalry charging from this side, and I have ninja units coming up from this side. Scorpion saboteurs had just bombed this unit, these flame legionnaires. The enemy general is moving up against my Yari Ashigaru. Saboteurs move this way. My samurai cavalry has arrived, and now is going in for the kill. No more boulders being thrown at me. Goad the enemy into following my shadow blades. My ninja units will easily outrun them. The enemy general is running up the hill to get to mine. I have the elite guard in hot pursuit. Ugh, quite a mess. Now that the Phoenix magic is gone, they've lost pretty much most of their power in the army. I have my elite units charge in to try to mop up whatever Phoenix they can find. I have the weapon masters going toe-to-toe with their Naginata samurai now. That Bitter Lies swordsman starts coming up to join them. Saboteurs just bombed this group of Shiba elite guard. Now they're running away. I order them to start throwing their bombs at the Sapphire Legion. So they blew up the Sapphire Legion. So they're done for. Still another group of Shiva Elite Guard here. Order my cavalry to take care of those pesky archers. That'll pretty much finish them. Have the Bitter Lies swordsmen deal with the Elite Guard. The Claws deal with them from this side. I'm going to have the Weapon Masters join them very soon. They're dead. Done. That's it. This is not honorable, but the Scorpion don't care. So there you have it. Now my casualties were pretty high because of the magic, but because I successfully concealed my units from the Wrath of Shugenja, it was a lot lower than what the Mantis took in my last showcase. So playing as a Scorpion could be rewarding, but you need a lot of cunning. You have some pretty effective units that are frontline fighters, but you definitely have a lot of support units that could really make a big difference in battle. I understand a lot of you are going to want to play as a Scorpion. I realize they're a really popular clan. Hopefully, I do not disappoint you. And that is it. Join me next time for when I do the Unicorn Clan playlist. Lots of horses. Thanks for watching. Until next time.